Let's make this quick. Hi, my name is Ravi, and this is A Boy Like That for Boyhood. Hi, my name is Ravi, and I'm 37 years old, and I'm a pediatrician who lives in New York City. So I came out to myself, I would say, probably in my late 20s, and then to my family in my earlier 30s. It was kind of a process of sort of realizing things in myself, in a few years. Like, took a few years, and then the actual telling people was more into my 30s. So when I moved to Manhattan in 2009 is when I started sort of figuring out who I was. And used online methods to do that. This is really hard. I don't like that. We do that again. Because I came out a little later, it's been an interesting journey on dating in New York because I didn't have all that experience that most people have in their teens and 20s. I've been kind of going through what people do earlier now, which has been exciting and nerve-wracking and frustrating all at the same time. I'm still trying to figure out what dating means, what dating men means, and how to do it, and it's been a lot of trial and error. One thing that I've sort of discovered dating is that there's definitely people who have types. I think when I was dating women before I came out, I was sort of focused on women of my ethnicity, which made it a little simpler. But now that I'm gay and I'm dating men, I'm realizing people have specific preferences. And that there's a lot of racism actually within the community, which is very surprising just because one would think that gay men have had to deal with a lot of oppression and homophobia, and that they would be all accepting of every type of person, but that's actually not really true at all. So to navigate all those sort of intricacies of the community has been really difficult, and but the more I find out about it, the more I educate myself, the more experiences I have, it's actually pretty rewarding to sort of find a community of people who actually feel the same way. And there's, some strength in that kind of community as well. So in dealing with the different types of people, definitely I think there's a group of white gay men who only want to date people that look like them. And then there's also white gay men who like people who look different, but then they sometimes end up exoticizing other people of color. And then even within people of color, there's like different sort of currents. And what I found is that some people who are of color don't want to date other people of color because I think there's like kind of a gradient and everyone's sort of trying to be more white, which is really sad. But I guess that's the way it is. And I think one example is Middle Eastern men sometimes tend to not want to date Indian men, which is what I am. And I think my hypothesis around that is that maybe we're a little darker skin, and everyone's sort of moving towards whiteness. I have been sort of confused for Middle Eastern, and I think that actually has allowed me to have conversations with people that may not have conversed with me if they knew I was Indian. And as soon as they say I'm Indian, sometimes those conversations end. So that's one of the examples of the sort of discrepancies within the community of people of color in the gay world. What else? That's all I have to say about that.